Hi, I'm Lisa Bardot, and today we're going to be drawing tomatoes on the vine in Procreate using my Ceramic Glaze brushes. I don't know about you, but I love tomatoes, and this is a super easy tutorial with a really beautiful visual style that I think you're going to love. Ceramic Glaze for Procreate is a set of 18 textured painterly brushes inspired by the look and feel of hand-painted ceramics and underglaze painting. You can purchase my Ceramic Glaze brushes from bardotbrush.com starting on June 27th. But if you're an Art Makers Club member, you can get early access starting today and completely free. It's my gift to you just for being part of the club. If you're not a member yet, it's a great time to join. Take a look below in the description for a special offer to get you in. Let's get started. Let's start by creating a new canvas. I'm going to tap the plus sign in the upper right, and the canvas size I'm using today is 2800 by 3500 pixels. Let's go into our brushes. So here I am in the Ceramic Glaze brush set, and we're going to draw the kind of middle vine first. And for that, we're going to use the blocky glaze brush. It kind of has sort of a squared end to it, so it's going to be perfect for this. And then we're going to go into the colors, and I'm going to choose a green that's a little closer to the blues here, but pretty dark and saturated. So I'll kind of try that out. Maybe go a little bit lighter than that. I think that looks pretty good. And my brush size is about 40%. Maybe go a little bit bigger than that, 44%. And now I'm going to draw a line that kind of curves down, and then I'm going to let up pressure at the end so I get sort of a taper. So heavy pressure and then light pressure to kind of create like a thinner bottom. So there's our center line, and now we're going to add the individual little branches. So starting here in the middle, we're going to maybe make the brush size a little bit smaller now. I'm at like 30%. And I'm going to draw a kind of an S curve coming out. So it should look something like this. Again, kind of like tapering the pressure at the end. And then go on the other side and do the same thing. Kind of a little S coming out that way. Go up a little bit and repeat. And then just kind of keep going back and forth. Higher on that one. And that looks pretty good. Now we're going to add the little kind of like star shape for the tomatoes. Those are called sepals. Let's go into our brushes and choose the loaded glaze brush. I want a brush that kind of has a thick, thin, and this one has a square edge end, and now we want one with more of a brush tip to get these kind of pointed shapes. So we're going to go at the end of each of these little branches and just kind of, let's see, my brush size is 16%. Do like a little kind of flicking motion like that to sort of get kind of a tapered end. And we're going to do 5 little curved strokes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one in the kind of middle is facing towards you, so it should be a little bit shorter. And then we're going to do that on all of these little branches, but try to make them, you know, look a little bit different so that way they're not too uniform. You can play with the spacing of these little marks just to kind of make each one look unique. Play with the length of them. This little guy here. And then I'm going to do one also here on the bottom. So it should look something like that. I'm just going to reposition this with the transform tool a little bit. And now we're ready to add some tomatoes to our vine. Let's go up to our layers, tap the plus sign, and then we're going to move this underneath. So tap, hold, and drag underneath the vine. And then let's go to the brushes, and I'm going to choose the underglaze brush for doing the tomatoes. And then we'll go to our color picker and choose a nice tomato red. So kind of a reddish orange, but not, maybe a little darker. You can check that out. I think that color is really nice. And now we're going to go in and draw our tomatoes. So just kind of draw a circular shape, kind of like that. Do it one more time. Kind of right over where the little star shape, the sepals. And keep going and add all your little tomatoes. Kind of just doing like a single motion. And then one right there. I'm going to do that one more time. There we go. Okay, so we've got some tomatoes. Now we're gonna do my favorite part, which is to add some line details. So go up to your layers, tap the topmost layer, and then tap the plus sign to create a new layer above the other layers, and go to your colors and choose black. And then we're gonna go into our brushes, and this time we're gonna choose the oxide liner. This is one of my favorite brushes from the set. It's got the just perfect amount of dry brush. It's really solid. I like it a lot. And we're gonna use this to kind of outline our artwork, but we're not gonna outline it completely. We're gonna leave lots of broken lines, and this is gonna make it have a really nice expressive feel. So I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna start about right here. My brush size is 22%. So I'm gonna start right here and just draw a line to about right there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing kind of there. And I totally don't mind if there's like white showing, if I didn't color, draw it completely on the edge of the green. That's not a problem to me. I like it if it's a little bit irregular. And now I'm gonna go in and kind of just trace over these, but in a very, I don't know, irregular way. I don't want them to be perfect. I want the lines to not connect. I want to see space in between the lines. It's going to give it a lot of personality. And now I'm going to do this one. I could even break the line there if I want. I don't have to make it complete. And then I can kind of draw these, or maybe this one's in front and then this one's behind. So I kind of play with that. And, I think the quicker the better when you're doing this. That way you're not like trying to overthink it. You're just kind of going for it. And kind of be very gestural with your motions, with your hand movements. Looks good. Let's do this one now. You can also make the lines a little thicker, like on the underside of things, and maybe thinner and more broken on the top. And that kind of like gives you the impression of, things being in shadow on the bottom and lighter on top. And just keep going all the way down. All right, now this one. Kind of deciding which of these little leafy things are in front and in back. You can make lines go in front or in back. Maybe this goes up here, and that way this one's behind. Maybe the same here. This actually goes behind. And then I have one more right here. So yeah, that one is like behind kind of the main stem. But maybe this one's in front. I don't know. Doesn't super matter. Okay, so I've done all those, and now I'm going to add a few more lines to kind of draw on the rest of the vine. Again, I'm using kind of broken lines. Things don't have to connect. That way it can be really nice and expressive. And then finally, we can do the same thing for the tomatoes. So for the tomatoes, we add a little line here. Again, not connected. And then I can draw like a part of it that way, part of it that way, or I can draw even, less than that. I could do a big thick line down here. But just kind of, I recommend doing it quickly. Like even as I'm doing it while talking, it feels kind of slow, but it's because I'm talking. Make sure to get some of these little spots in between if they're overlapping. See, not perfect. Do the same thing here. Got a couple more to do. And one more. Okay, so we've got some nice outlines happening. One more thing I want to do is add some highlights to the tomatoes. So I'm going to tap the layer with the tomatoes and then tap the plus sign to create a new layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose white as my color. I can double tap close to white and it will select a pure white value for me. And then I'm going to choose the cinder overlay for these highlights. And my brush size is going to be like 20%, maybe even smaller, like 15%. And I'm going to use this brush to add a little highlight. You can see that it lets some of the texture like peek through, so you can kind of see underneath. Especially the heavier you press with this, you'll see kind of more transparency. So it kind of lets the, the red of the tomato show through instead of just being like a solid kind of highlight. So you can add like one or two little dots to make your tomato highlight. And then if you want to go one step further and just add a little bit more detail to this, we can add just some subtle shading. So let's go to the layer with the stems. And then we're going to choose the darkening glaze brush. And this brush automatically darkens. So if I were to choose like this green, same green, and then do a stroke over, it like will darken, especially like the more you layer the strokes. So this is great for adding a little bit of shadow. And maybe I'll just add a little bit there. Actually, if it feels too dark, you can always go lighter with the color, and then that darkening will be a little more subtle. So maybe we can add just kind of some little marks alongside there on some of these vines. Again, I don't like it to be super perfect. Kind of just adds more character and makes it look even more like, it's painted with ceramics. So just kind of adding a few strokes here and there. It's also giving a little bit more brushy texture, which I like. So that looks really good. And we can do the same thing for the tomatoes too. Let's go to the tomato layer, sample the tomato color, and maybe go a little bigger with the brush size and add kind of some shading marks. Ooh, that looks really cool. You can even take the opacity down, and that will help it not get so dark so fast, but also will make it look even more brushy, which is kind of cool. So I'm just kind of like adding a little kind of shadow mark to one side, just to give it a little extra dimension. And I think with that little finishing touch, our tomato vine is all done. I love the way that it looks. All this great texture. It really looks like, it's painted in ceramic glaze, which is exactly what I was going for. But I think we could add one extra little detail, which I love to add, and that is a little crackle texture. So if we go to our layers, and we'll turn on alpha lock. We'll do it on the tomato layer. Turn on alpha lock, so take 2 fingers and swipe to the right, and then go to the brushes and choose the darkening crackle glaze. And I'll zoom in so you can see this. And if I brush over the tomatoes, you can see a little bit of kind of like a subtle crackle. If the crackle is looking too big and you want it to be smaller, you can always make the brush size a little smaller. And if you keep layering strokes, it'll get darker and darker. So you can kind of adjust how dark you want that to be. You can play around with the color that you're using. I think if you use the kind of color it is already, it looks really nice. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this crackle to some of these tomatoes. I really like the way that looks. And you can do the same on the stem too if you want. So maybe I'll do that. I'll go to the stem layer, turn on alpha lock, select the green color I already have, and just kind of paint on a little crackle. I don't like to do it fully, like I just like to do little bits here or there. So I think it just like sells the whole ceramic effect. It looks really cool. All right, with that finishing touch, this vine of tomatoes is all done. I really love the way it turned out, and I think this is a style that you can apply to so many different types of illustration. I really love the way that it turned out. I love the textures. I love how glazy and streaky it looks. And this kind of like broken, expressive line work is just like chef's kiss. I love it. I've been using the same kind of art style for a few different illustrations I've done lately, like this cute little swimsuit, this glass of lemonade. I love that loose line work. And here's a fun little way that I paired this artwork with a border and a cute pattern. In Art Makers Club, we're exploring how to pair artwork with patterns such as this. And we're actually going to be drawing this fun little lobster, which is using very similar kind of art style that you just learned. So we're doing our hero illustration and then a pattern to go with it. And I created these mock-up files where you can add your artwork right in Procreate, and it really helps you explore how your artwork might pair with the pattern. So that is our made to match tutorial, which you can find in Art Makers Club. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. Again, I'm Lisa Bardot, and I help people find their creativity through drawing on the iPad. If you'd like to support the work I do, please check out my premium brush sets that inspire creativity at bardotbrush.com. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you should join Art Makers Club. Art Makers Club is a joy-filled creative community and learning hub for Procreate artists. We have a growing library of courses and tutorials, live events every month, a ton of Procreate brush sets and digital goodies to keep your creative juices flowing, and the kindest, most supportive members cheering each other on. There's always something new to learn and do. Come join us in the club. You can learn more at artmakersclub.com. If you are sharing your work to Instagram, I would love to see it. Use the hashtag BardotBrush. Thanks and happy art making! If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you'll be the first to know about future tutorials. And check out one of my other videos. Thanks and have a great day!